portfolio between Egypt and Germany amounts to $956.8 million.
To shed more light on the cooperation between Germany and Egypt, we are joined over the phone by Mr. Abdel, our journalist and political analyst. Mr. Amr, good afternoon to you. Mr. Amr? Mr. Amr? I do believe we are having a technical problem still with getting our phone with Mr. Amr Abdel. And we move on to our program. And of course, the German-Egyptian cooperation is of great deal to both countries on different levels. And I do believe that we are joined now by Mr. Amr. Mr. Amr?
Yes, I am with you.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Amr.
Good afternoon to you, and hello to the dear viewers.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to have you with us, Mr. Amr Abdel. What is the importance of boosting economic cooperation between Egypt and Germany?
Well, I believe that great cooperation between Egypt and Germany was re-initiated after the beginning of the presidency of Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Right away, he has started long-term and a strategic cooperation between the two nations on all bases, politically, economically, militarily, on a large scale of this cooperation, which we have benefited from this cooperation also on a large scale, especially when we have built the new electricity generators in a record time, compared with any other projects of this size in the history of Egypt, and also of all the countries around us.
Yes. Mr. Amr, how do you evaluate the German investments in Egypt through the new development projects which are taking place in our country?
I believe that we have established a common vision based on the mutual understanding and mutual respect and common interests. We have this common view to how to build and establish a strong economy in Egypt on the same levels and the same basics that the German economy, the great economy of Germany, was established right after the World War II. We believe that the small and the medium projects and medium factories and medium companies are the solid base of any economy, growing economy like the Egyptian. So we have established the same term of strategy, economical strategy, to encourage and boost the national economy and the national industry through those bases. We have encouraged too many companies and factories on the level of small and medium countries and factories and companies to be established on a very short time and also in a record time. We are targeting at least guaranteed $1.5 billion of exports for those companies and factories here in Egypt. Of course, with the cooperation with the German experts and the experiences of the Germans, we are developing this long term of cooperation.
Of course. Mr. Amr, as you have kindly mentioned, we are having great cooperation with Germany, yet we want more investors to come, more German investors to come to Egypt. Of course, we have witnessed great development in the infrastructure in Egypt in many domains, electricity, roads, many domains. Of course, we are witnessing, the development to a great extent in new cities like the new administrative capital, the new El Alamein city, and many other cities as well. So How do you see as more attractions for the investors to come to invest in Egypt from your point of view, Mr. Amr?
Well, I believe that there are too many steps what were taken in this field. First, we have changed the laws of our investments to be like an open arm for the investors from all over the world, of course, on the basis of our own national security measures. Second, we have exporting not only, we are not just taking, but using the experiences of the greater countries like Germany to use it here in Egypt, to apply it. This kind of cooperation as a symbol was made with the factory Siemens, the German Siemens, of course. We didn't only use its experiences to build our own generators for electricity, but also we have used their experiences to train too many Egyptian engineers. We have built here in Egypt a software center to train the Egyptian engineers on the very same level of the German experiences to build our own national solid base for power, for engineering, for software. We are not only exporting from outside, but we are building our own national industry, of course, based on the levels of cooperation with the friendly nations like the German nation, of course.
Yes. Mr. Amr, actually, the third tranche of the debt swap program, which is worth 80 million US dollar and focuses on the projects related to the technical and vocational education and supporting job creation, was discussed, of course, which is taking place between Egypt and Germany. How do you see the cooperation between the two countries and this third tranche of the debt swap, which of course, is taking place between both countries, and its impact on these domains, especially of vocational education and supporting job creation in our country?
That's a very important question here. We are talking about gaining the fruits of the last levels of cooperation between Egypt and Germany. We are expanding our markets here in Egypt for investors from Germany and other countries. And of course, we are using these investments to expand our using of manpower to build a generation of true workers, true experts here in Egypt. And of course, work opportunities for thousands and hundreds of thousands here for Egyptians.
Yes.
Those are the targeted, the very targeted goals to be achieved through cooperation between two great nations of Egypt and Germany.
Indeed. Finally, Mr. Amr, to what extent the Egyptian-German cooperation boost and energy sectors?
Well, I believe this field is just yet to be more initiated and more boosted. We are building this cooperation, and here there is a very solid and important point to tackle on. We are building our own electricity projects and power projects with two countries from the East and the West, from Germany and from Russia. We are dealing with the East and the West at the same time. Our historical relations with the Germans to maybe 100 years or maybe hundreds of years gives us the background to establish more cooperation on the very soon level, and of course strategically. There are too many projects to be accomplished, too many horizons of cooperation to be achieved between Egypt and Germany in the same field, like cooperation with Siemens, which is still we have too many limits to achieve, and other countries in Germany, of course. other companies.
Rahman, our journalist and political analyst, thank you very much for being with us and for your precious input. Our dear viewers will go to a short break, and after that we'll be back to resume our segments in Cairo local time. So stay tuned.